Hello, Cancer. I just thought my friend Luna would like to say hi to you before your reading. A fellow Cancerian here. She's getting in on the Cancer vibes. Oh, little bit camera shy, I guess. Okay, Cancer, let's get right into your reading for December 2020. I'm going to lay out the reading by pulling for the, we'll lay out some cards for the past, the current energies around you, and the very immediate future, what's coming up right away for Cancer for 2020. Well, Cancer, this is a really big month astrologically. The whole year has been pretty intense, as you can imagine, especially for cardinal signs like you, Cancer. You've had an opposition of Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto sitting opposite you in your sister sign of Cancer for almost all of 2020. Well, that's about to change, Cancer, and that's good news. A new breath of fresh air for you. On December 21st, those planets Saturn and Jupiter will meet up in the sky in the sign of Aquarius, so moving out of Capricorn. And that's going to be a breath of fresh air for you, Cancer, especially around your relationships for Cancer rising. That's where Saturn has been. If you know your rising sign, check the video for that too, Cancer, because there's going to be plenty of insight, astrological insight for the rising signs in these videos too. Let's get right into these cards though. So I'll pull, as I said, for past, present, future, and then we'll close the reading out with a message, couple of messages from the universe for Cancer. Let's start with what's coming up for the past. 10 of Swords. Okay, so could have been some endings. 5 of Swords, they might have been unpleasant. Page of Swords, a lot on your mind, Cancer. I see a lot of Swords energy coming up for you. And I think you're kind of ready to leave something behind, that's for sure. We'll go deeper into these, but let's pull for what's going on presently for Cancer. The Sun, yay, okay, so the energy is getting lighter. The 9 of Pentacles, gorgeous. Queen of Pentacles, oh, I'm liking this row, okay. The past, a little bit touchy, I'd say. Okay, let's see what's coming up for Cancer's immediate future, ending 2020, walking into 21. What's happening at the end of the month for Cancer? Eight of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. So we're leaving this mind cluster and we're kind of getting moving. Yeah, getting moving on our work and progressing. That's what I like to see. Devil at the bottom of the reading is telling me that, Cancer, this is the card of Capricorn. This is Saturn here, influenced here by Capricorn too. Saturn is in Capricorn, in Cancer, rising 7th house. That's been tough on your relationship sector and there's been tests and hurdles. Let's just see with this, Cancer, I'm reading this as you are potentially, for some of you, we're feeling pretty trapped by a relationship. This couple looked like bounded to each other and restricted. And that could be easing up for you, Cancer, once Saturn and Jupiter move out of your house of relationships this month, okay? All right, let's look at this. 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords. You were kind of tricked into something, I think, Cancer. You were persuaded to do something that you feel like now in hindsight that you wish you hadn't agreed to, that you wish you hadn't signed up for, or even gotten involved with at all. Something came to you, Cancer, that there was some sort of a breakthrough. This is like a breakdown. This person, they can't take any more, and I'm feeling that for you too, Cancer. You've maybe reached a breaking point where you couldn't take any more, and it was kind of like because you felt that you were going to be roped into something. If you weren't roped into something and you found the truth of it out, you were anticipating that you were going to be getting roped into doing something that you didn't want to do, and you would be left worse off for it. You feel like there were people around you that didn't have your best interest at heart, and that they were kind of trying to like even persuade you to do something, like strong arm you into doing something you didn't want to do. It looks like you were able to get out of that situation by basically relying on your wit and how smart you are and your intellect. You were able to you were intelligent enough to say, hey, I'm not going to fall for that twice. Yeah, like you got me once with this and it nearly caused me to break down, and now you're trying to force me to do it again. No, I don't think so. So there could have been a relationship, Cancer, that this is talking about, that there was an ending around or some sort of a breakthrough. But even if it wasn't a relationship, relationship. It was something in your life that was really causing you to feel pretty oppressed, pretty powerless, and that's what I'm seeing for the past. We'll clarify these with another couple of cards, but look, my only major arcana card here really in this reading is the Sun card, and what a beautiful card for the present moment, Cancer. Presently, Cancer, this is so gorgeous, this energy that's coming up. It's like you are working on yourself, you're working on your goals, you're going to be making your life so much better by what's coming up, Cancer, and you're the one that's taking like this into your own hands. Cancer, if you're dealing with the Virgo, it looks like it's a really harmonious relationship at the moment. And Cancer, if you're working with the Virgo as a team or in like colleagues or business partners, really strong with the Virgo energy here, or even a Capricorn. Even if this there's like a good working relationship, I think, like with you and another person in your life at the moment, only going to grow, only going to get better. The Sun card is talking to me that right now there's some sort of an opportunity that you're working on at the moment. That you're going to have to continue working on it, but at the moment you're actually already seeing how profitable this opportunity could be, how long lasting this opportunity could be. It might be something to do with working from home. It could be even something to do with working outdoors. I see just with the imagery on these cards, working in a garden, doing something that is for the outdoors in some way, like maybe it's sports, something outside anyways, and that's what's coming up. A really good opportunity. If that's speaking to you, Cancer, and the work you're getting involved with or the opportunity you're taking on is involved with gardening or something to do with like the great outdoors, or something you can use in the great outdoors or do in the great outdoors, I'm really seeing that coming through. Queen of Pentacles telling me like that could be a really like sustaining role. Sustainability, that's kind of what I'm trying to think with this Nine of Pentacles, like kind of like a little pop-up doing your sustainable gardening or farming or something like that. Really beautiful opportunity for you. You want to be, I think I'm really getting from these cards, this Virgo earthy energy here. And this Capricorn energy coming up really strong for me, so they might be people you're dealing with, Cancer, but it's like sustainability, it's enduring, and you believe, Cancer, that this opportunity is so far away from the past with these people tricking you into doing something that actually you were like almost have maybe 10 of Swords, maybe some of you did feel like you had a breakdown because of these people. What you're doing now, so much better. So happy to see it. Let's look at the next row coming up in the future, and then we'll go deeper into these cards. Eight of Pentacles, just working, just perfecting it, just fine-tuning this beautiful work of your Nine of Pentacles. You are going to be, well, I think right now, Cancer, you're probably feeling pretty self-sufficient, like financially stable, financially independent after like some sort of a roughness. Might not have been to do with finances, but I do see some financial stability here. I see you continuing to like safeguard your finances, and I think that's pretty wise, because if I'm looking at the reading the way I'm looking at it, if you see this, the Knight of Wands is how we're taking action, but it's kind of charging towards these two Pentacle cards. So let me tell you about these two Pentacle cards then. Well, we have working away, perfecting our body of work. We might have to do many copies of this. We might have to make this so many times until it's just right. Okay, then we might have to, it's something to do with sustainability, outdoors, something like that. Okay, so Four of Pentacles is saying, well, not only do we need to focus on our work, we need to be very careful and mindful with how we're spending our resources, how we're spending our money, and how we're investing our money. Some of you may be unfortunately feeling like you're in a lot of debt at the moment. I see with these cards together that there can be some material debt. You're feeling overwhelmed and burdened by that, and that might be the only thing that was kind of you telling yourself like you better not go for this new venture in the Sun card, whatever this beautiful opportunity for happiness is for you, and you're probably telling yourself you better not do that, you're going to waste so much money, or you could end up there like psyching yourself out with the Five of Swords, and kind of you playing tricks on yourself, like your mind playing tricks on itself. Four of Pentacles is just telling me to communicate that maybe you're going to need to just be tighter with your finances so that you can, that's what the Knight of Wands is saying, like you're taking all this action, you're charging towards this opportunity. Knight of Wands is like passionately charging towards it, excited to charge towards it, because this is something that is going to be different this time. It's a totally different new way of doing something. And that direction that Knight is going to me is to tell you, keep working, keep your focus, and be careful with your money. You're going to need the resources to make this dream come true. Okay, let's just really quickly clarify each row before moving on and closing out your reading with some messages from the universe. Okay, so I've got this row, and up top, the past looks like the most unpleasant, most uncomfortable energy here, the most restrictive. Then presently looks wonderful, future looks good, it's just going to require some work. But enjoy this moment, because these opportunities that are coming up, you're feeling really accomplished, Cancer. You're feeling like that you don't really need anybody else. Although I do think you're involved with people, I feel like you don't really need them. You're just doing so well on your own. You're like thriving and flourishing in the world at the moment, and that's great. You've come a long way, Cancer, from this 10 of Swords at least. Okay, let's look at this past row, looking at the row from the past, and let's close the past off with a card to clarify. Yeah, the 8 of Swords, so more kind of unpleasant bullshit mental activity that you've been going mad over, and you've been driving yourself mad with this, Cancer. This is also like talking to me about this trap. Look, both people are tied here. There was something that you were experiencing, Cancer, where it was so oppressive, so heavy, so restrictive to you that you felt completely powerless. But Cancer, you made a breakthrough. You started striving towards your own goals and weren't so bothered about the other issues from the past. Maybe they were taking too much from you insofar as you were neglecting what really you wanted to do, because you kind of had these other commitments or whatever it was that didn't work out. Something didn't work out. Okay, 8 of Swords, we're able to actually, Cancer, and I think you did this, which is really awesome, and that's why I see this opening of such good energy coming up from you. You kind of took it upon yourself to start asking questions to yourself, like, is this right? Like, should I be feeling like this in this situation, or is there something wrong? So you may have discovered, yeah, look, there's something wrong, there's something not right here. And by you questioning that, you were able to kind of get yourself out of this funk of being trapped by your own thoughts and by your own circumstances. You decided, hey, I can maneuver my way out of these swords. I don't have to stay here. I don't have to stand for this. I can become free. And you did. And how liberating is that? And then the universe was like, bam, here's your next opportunity. Well done for getting away from that bullshit. Well done for pursuing your own goals. Okay, let's look at the Sun. It's my major arcana card here in the reading. A beautiful card to see. It makes me so happy, especially this version. Like, look how happy this person is to be outside, like childlike wonder. So that's why I think you're doing something in the realm of sustainability, farming, gardening, sports, the great outdoors, leisure. Okay, let's look at the Sun card and the opportunities that are coming up for you in presently, Cancer. The 4 of Swords. Okay, so this might have taken a while for you to like come around to, and it was like basically the Sun card came to you like some sort of flash of inspiration, like, oh, everything lit up and I do this, I can do this, I'm believing in myself. You were mulling things over. It might have taken you might have had to actually get so far away from this crap to actually realize what else you can do or what other opportunities are ahead of you. You might have really just needed to like take some time out until the penny dropped. So there might have involved, after this 10 of Swords, I see this typically coming up, like these sword energies can be difficult in general, but the 4 of Swords is a brief respite. You kind of get a little break from all the mental trauma or triggers going on. But it looks like, you know, after this 10 of Swords incidents, the breakdown or the crisis point, maybe you reached, some of you maybe reached a crisis, I think, or breakdown. Yeah, it was like, I need to take some time out to refresh, to build myself back up again. These cards are really like all about like being so kind to yourself, being so good to yourself, running yourself a nice bath, just treating yourself well after the turmoil of that. And I'm glad you guys did that, because now after that hiatus, after that cooling off period, which you needed, thank God you did that, you are ready to get to work. You're ready to start again, and you're charging with gusto towards this. Okay. You got so much insight and clarity, like a new perspective on something, Cancer. let's look at your upcoming row, the future here, with the Eight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. So it's going to be a lot of work, but you're going to be so passionate about it, it may not even feel like work to you. Awesome. Dream Sitch. Let's see, what is another card to just clarify this final row for the future for Cancer? The Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, like this is very much a shift from all in your mind, all this stress, all of these triggers, all of these crises, to now, what can I do practically? I can work, I can change things. I don't have to be, you know, not a victim of circumstance. I can get the hell out of this mindset and change my perspective. And then it's just opportunity for you, Cancer. You're working hard at the moment. That hard work is going to continue. Lucky enough, you're very passionate about your new endeavor. Seven of Pentacles is telling me that, look, this is going to be step after step. It's not just going to be a completely plain sailing ride. You are going to have to work hard for this long lasting success that you're after. I think you're very much after, well, at the moment on your mind is like this, I want to be passionate about what I'm doing, but I also really want that financial independence and security. Seven of Pentacles is saying keep the focus, like the Eight of Pentacles. It'll come. You just have to keep working towards it. Okay, it's a good omen, Cancer. A lot of good work happening here. So let's close this off from a message for you. I'm kind of getting into the vibe of Sagittarius season in these readings. The sun is in Sagittarius, so that to me asks me to kind of think about Sagittarian themes and how we can illuminate those in our own lives. So let's see. Sagittarius is all about direction and all about focus, which I think is what you're looking at the moment, or how you're feeling, Cancer. So let's see, Cancer, through the lens of Sagittarius, what kind of where does Cancer need to direct all their focus to over the next 12 months? From this Sag season to the next, where would it be good for Cancer to put some extra focus towards? Strength card. All right, Cancer. So you have overcome so much. I'm probably not giving you enough credit for what this was. I'm like trying to be kind of optimistic about this. I mean, this could have been awful. This could have been a crisis for you, a breakdown. And Cancer, you were for some time beating yourself up about it until you broke free yourself and walked free of these mind games you were playing with yourself and all beating yourself up, saying it was all your fault, that kind of a thing. Strength card is just here to remind you of what a warrior you are and how far you've come, how resilient you are. Such a beautiful card. I love it so much. And it's just a reminder to you that you're a resilient person. You've been relying on your inner strength a lot, and that's what's gotten you through this. That's what's gotten you through this cataclysmic change of you walking free from these swords. Is the equivalent of you saying to yourself, hey, you know what? That wasn't my fault. I'm not going to be feeling guilty about that anymore. I am going to open up to working again. Maybe some of you threw yourself back into work. And it was very rewarding, whatever you did. So you've been relying on your inner strength. Strength comes up to me, for me in a reading, when somebody has had to really, it's quite self-explanatory, show their strength, or their strength has recently been tested, and you've proven to yourself how resilient you are. Okay, Cancer. Through the lens, another card, and this is going to be quite important, I think. It's a message from your highest self to you, Cancer. Sagittarius is pretty in touch with their highest self and ascending towards there. And that's what I'm kind of feeling inspired to ask now. A message to Cancer from their highest self. I don't know how we'll beat the Strength card. Wonderful card. Eight of Cups. Okay, so it's about having the strength to move on, having the strength to leave disappointments behind. Two eights here. It's a massive change. You walked away from something, Cancer. This crisis point of yours might have been something to do with walking away from a relationship or job or a place, even a home that once was so fulfilling for you. It's like you had, I think, even it's like, you know, you had put so much effort into something and then it didn't turn out to be successful. And it's like when we're clinging on and still trying to hope that it'll still be successful because wait, we put so much effort into it, we really loved it, but these glasses shattered, and it's telling me like it's time to leave this whatever was broken, it didn't work out, it's okay. It's time to move on. You have a big old mountain. Is that a mountain? Yeah, you have a big old mountain to climb. And I see a lot of mountain climbing going on here in terms of how much work you've got to do to make this dream possible for yourself. But work is not, it's not work, is it, when you're so passionate about it and it's something you love? It's a dream situation. The Eight of Cups is just telling me like, yes, this took a lot of strength to leave whatever you left behind. It was something that could have been great. It could have been perfect. It could have been everything to you, but it wasn't. There was something that wasn't right there. Your soul was kind of maybe yelling at you. I don't really know if our souls yell at us rather, but nudging you ever so gently all the time to kind of break free of something, to leave something behind, just to kind of say, hey, it's okay, this didn't get finished. Like, think of that book that you were halfway through writing and you just didn't finish it. Hey, it's okay, your heart's not in it anymore. There's something else there for you that's going to be more in alignment. That's just an example, but whatever it was that made you break down, reach breaking point in, that's what I think you had the courage and strength to walk away from. So bravo, Cancer, well done you. It looks like what you're going towards in life is something where you're probably like more of a boss role, more of a leadership role, more like kind of you're the manager or at the helm of it or something like that, in control anyways of it, more power, more responsibility. And Cancer, that's going to be your reading for right now. I will do another reading before this great conjunction on the 21st of December, just because I believe that's a really important astrological transit this year. So we'll talk a little bit more about that then, but this will be your reading so far for December 2020, Cancer. So if any of the messages resonated, feel free to hit share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. And Luna will see you again soon, another Cancer queen. Bye.